I'm Pat Baer, and this is Pat Baer's Anime Club. It's my video series where I take a look at something from the world of anime that I want to chat with you about. And videos come out every other Monday. Sometimes it's a look at the whole season that's just about to come out, or looking at the past season. Sometimes it's a deep dive into a particular subgenre. Sometimes I talk about manga. I know, crazy. And it becomes Pat Baer's Manga Club. In this video, it's that time. I do this every quarter. Every time there is a new season of anime, I have to go and tabulate some stuff and figure things out and let you know about all of the Isekai. And this fall season, there is so much Isekai. We've got 12 shows. If you thought that it was kind of tapering off in like the spring and summer, don't worry about it. They just moved it all to the fall. And also the winter is probably going to have a bunch for 2026. But we'll get to that in a month, or not a month, in a season. Anyway, let's talk about all 12. And if you haven't seen one of these videos before, I'm going to go through all of these shows and kind of just talk about them a bit and explain why I'm watching them, why I might watch them, and why I'm not watching them. Because I don't watch every show, that would be ridiculous. And I don't watch every isekai because sometimes I'm not interested. It happens. I watch more isekai than most people, but I don't watch every single one. Of the 12, I can tell you that I'm looking at my numbers here. We've got 4 that I'm definitely going to be watching, 3 that I might watch, and 5 that I'm definitely not going to watch. And for various reasons, we'll get to that. Various reasons why I won't be watching those 5. Let's start with definitely watching. I've already watched the first episode. I'm going to be watching the second. I'm a little behind on the show. I'll watch the second real soon, along with the third episode when it comes out. A Gatherer's Adventure in Isekai. I really like this manga. It's based on a light novel. Haven't read the light novel. I don't really read a lot of light novels these days, but I am reading the manga and I really enjoy it. It's an isekai. It says it in the title, which is great. And he's here to gather stuff. He's excited about going and finding rare ingredients and rare items and having a good time, making some food and making friends. Within the first episode, he meets a dragon named B that he's going to look after because he's so strong and powerful that he's stronger than the father of that dragon. And so B is his friend and cute as hell. He's got lizard-like qualities as a dragon, but he's also got there's like a fuzziness to him that I think is just cute and fun. And then he makes other friends, as you can see in this photo. There is a cool dragon man, and there is a mysterious divine beast that shapeshifts. And then there's an elf that I don't know how much difference there is between the light novel and the manga. Because this is obviously based on the light novel, not based on the manga. So I don't know if the manga was just like, we're going to change some stuff or not. So I don't want to reveal too much about our elf, but if our elf friend is like they are in the manga, we're in for something you don't see a lot in isekai, and I'm excited for that. Also, there's not a harem, there's not a bunch of romance. He is there to save the world, but he's going about it in his own way that I really appreciate. This is a fun one. I'm looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to watching Season 2 of Campfire Cooking in Another World. Sorry. I am not going to edit that, but I am going to try to take that word again, or this sentence again, I should say. Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Absurd Skills. Season 2. There's a dragon now. I don't love that the dragon appears to be maybe done in a different engine than the rest of the animation. I'm hoping that's just the stills. I have not watched episode 1 of season 2. This is a cozy show. It is very fun. Whereas our main character in A Gatherer's Adventure is eventually going to save the world. We're not really sure why our dude is here. He kind of got swept along. He's not supposed to be in this other world, so he doesn't have any things he needs to do. He's just going to go around and defeat powerful monsters so that his monster friends can eat great meals. Because his skills are all support skills, but they're very overpowered. And the meals he makes make creatures and humans alike really strong, even stronger than they are. So he's got a friend rear friend. He's got a lovable, wonderful slime friend named Sue. And now there's a dragon friend coming to join the party. I read a lot of this manga. I haven't read it in a while. I'd love to get back to it. It's just very cozy and fun. There's goddesses who are a good time. There are some minor characters that he interacts with, but mostly just going on adventures. He does not want to fight monsters. He just wants to cook and hang out, but he gets swept along in some stuff. It's very fun, very breezy. I like this show a lot. I'm excited that we got a second season. I think that's real neat. So I'm looking forward to this one. I am looking forward to the new anime this season, Dad is a Hero, Mom is a Spirit, I'm a Reincarnator, which does sound like the name of a one-man show that a comedian put on because they're like they wanted to do like a fringe festival or like, you know, like they wanted to go to Edinburgh. So they like wrote a one-man show or one-person show, based on their stand-up. And that's what the title, that's what it sounds like. Our main character, she's a reincarnation. She died. She's from our world. She's been Isekai. And she's got unique powers, but we know why she has those powers. It's because she is the offspring of the first ever union of a hero and the Queen of Spirits. That's right. He saved the goddamn universe. But he was injured after it. And so she nursed him back to health and they fell in love. And then they had a child who is half spirit and half human. And she's our main character. And adventures happen. You get to see a lot of the cool spirits and some humans. There's some family drama with his side, the human side of the family. There's some other spirit stuff happening. And then there's a whole political intrigue element that is very well done, and I look forward to seeing it in the anime. I am about to, after I record this, watch the first episode because I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to be watching it. But the guy at the top there, he's the king, and he's doing some, not shady, but he's playing chess. And he's actually in a battle of wits for most of the manga that I've read with our main character, and Elaine is dealing with that a lot. There's a whole thing with a curse and not being able to be near spirits, and some various things. There's also the prince that you see there is probably falling in love with her, and there's a few guys that are falling in love with her, and it's fine that they are. I got no problem with them falling in love with her. It's a whole thing. But there's a lot of intrigue and some good, as I said, political intrigue. And then also, there's some shenanigans happening. And it's much more of a family drama than you would imagine with a title like My Dad is a Hero, Mom is a Spirit, I'm a Reincarnator. Or Dad is a Hero. You get what I'm saying. But there's a lot of family stuff going on, and it's really good. Very excited about the anime adaptation of this show. And I've watched the first 2 episodes of the next show here, are the last of the anime I'm genuinely excited about, and I know I'm going to be watching this season. May I ask for one final thing? The art should give you a pretty good indication. The thing she's asking for is, hey, can I punch you in the face? So rarely do we see villainesses in that story, the unfairly mistreated, falsely accused villainess, just punch her way out of trouble. But that's our deal here. It's your standard story. She's not a villainess, but the crown prince is he's not the crown prince. The second prince is a dumbass. He falls for a girl that's clearly using him. It's all a thing. She's gone along with his shenanigans until he breaks off the engagement, and then she's like, great, now I'm gonna punch you in the face for being a dick, get my revenge on you and your fucking cronies, and just wails on them. She's got a sense of justice that is, hey, I can't just punch anybody, but if they're bad people, I can definitely punch them. And it works for her. It works out real good for her. It's really fun. She is supported by her brother and her assistant, and everybody's got some pass. That the crown prince is now wait, Now that you're acting like the actual you, I'm very intrigued by that, which is annoying, but whatever. He's mostly an enabler. And she's just going to punch her way to justice. That's it. Now, the manga, where I'm at now in the manga, it has gotten convoluted. We are like in another country there, and there's a whole like issue with the throne and a bunch of stuff, and then we find out backstory about her, which I don't love because it's unnecessary. But I don't think we're going to get anywhere near that in this season. So I can tell you that what we are going to get, what I'm sure we're getting, is going to be great. And then maybe the end of this season will be like pushing towards the thing that I don't think is particularly that great. But hey, that happens, right? Not every story is great from beginning to end. But this one, at the very least, I can tell you, starts off really strong. So that's the 4 shows that I'm excited about. May I ask for one final thing? Dad is a Hero, etc. Campfire Cooking, and Gatherer's Adventure. Those are the 4 that I'm very excited about. Now, I might watch a While Last Boss Appeared because I am slightly interested in this premise. I did not love the manga. I generally don't love, like, not every story does gender bent right. And I think a lot of Isekai, particularly, that do the gender bent, the like, oh, I'm in a body of a gender that I don't identify with, make that the joke. And occasionally they don't. Occasionally they don't do that. But they often do that. Also, I was like, I don't know. When I read the manga, I wasn't super interested. So I'm like, I don't know. That's why it's in the maybe pile. Because, like, it looks kind of cool. But I have been reincarnated and now I'm in the body of a villain. And I need to like survive. Isn't like the most, I don't know. It doesn't leave a big solid impression on me as something I have to see. You know what I mean? You might be watching it, and if you want to leave me a note in the comments and say, hey, on this YouTube video, if you want to leave a comment and say like, oh, I'm watching this one, and like let me know why you're interested, I'd love to hear it. I probably won't watch Isekai Quartet Season 3. They've added Eminence and Shadow characters. So it's the quartet has expanded for sure, but they might not be main characters. Basically, the idea is that they took a bunch of Isekai properties and put them all together, and they're magically in a school, and it's a comedy, and nobody's quite sure why that's happening, but it is happening. And you get like, oh, isn't this fun? You get like Subaru hanging out with the guy from Konosuba, whose name I can't remember, and that's kind of fun. And they're going to interact, and it's just like, oh, like Ainz Al Ghul is here, and all his like his freaky weirdos are there, and it's just like, okay, yeah. And then like the Shield Hero is there, and then they added another character, and it's just like, oh, okay. Like it went from a quartet to like a, well, there's 6 now. I don't know what that is in there. Quintet. That's 5. Sestet? That's not it. Anyway, it's not a musical show. That's just a fun image because of quartet. It's just an excuse to get everybody to interact together, and you get some weird, odd things. If you're into all of the shows, I think this is a no-brainer. If you're into, like, 2 of the shows, I don't know if this makes any sense. And as someone who's really only into one of these shows, like, 2, I guess I'm gonna watch more Overlord. I'm less into Overlord the more the seasons come out, but I'm still gonna watch the next season of Overlord. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, like, I think you probably know immediately if you're gonna watch this or not, right? You don't need me to like let you know. The Dark History of the Reincarnated Villainess is a show that I am probably not going to watch. This is an anticipated show for a bunch of people that I know. It is a story of a girl who is now inhabiting the body of a character, a villainess, in a world that she created when she was a teen. So it's just a teen's writing, which is one of those things where I'm like, that's kind of interesting, because if it's not good, if the source material within the world isn't strong or weird or whatever, then like maybe that could lead to something interesting. But then you have to be very good at writing bad in a way that isn't bad. Do you know what I mean? Like, doing things poorly is tough on purpose. Doing things poorly on purpose within a project is difficult. So this didn't grab me, but I do know that people are real into it. I bounced off this manga, and so I'm not going to watch the anime. But I might if I'm starting to hear buzz. If like halfway through this season, this is the show like, oh, you got to watch this. And some people that I really do look towards for recommendations start raving about it, I might go back. I don't know. Okay, we're in the I'm not going to watch it section. This is the biggest section that happens. And again, for different reasons, we're starting with Disney Twisted Wonderland, the animation season 1 episode of Heart's Label. I'm not going to watch this. I know this is based on a manga, but I'm just not interested in checking this out. Disney Twisted Wonderland I have no interest in the source material of this, no interest in what this is at all. Also, it's on Disney Plus, which I do not pay for and don't plan to pay for. And I know there are people out there going, well, Pat, you don't have to. Wink, wink, wink. No, I'm not interested in that. Right now, I am paying for Crunchyroll and I am paying for High Dive, but I'm going to let it expire because High Dive doesn't have anything that I want to watch this season. And I'm paying for Amazon Prime for a number of reasons. And then I'm also paying for Netflix. So I'm okay. Ocean Vale so far doesn't have anything I want. There'll be a future video on Ocean Vale coming up. A new streaming service that is giving you what you want. If what you want is very specific. We'll talk about that in the future, but not this episode. Anyway, I don't want to watch this. So I'm not gonna. I saved myself with a potion, Life in Another World. I can't watch this because it was not picked up by anyone. I believe these are shorts, and they are described as limited animation. And I'm not a big fan of that. Anyway, so if this was picked up by a streaming service, I don't think I would have watched it. I have certainly read manga and watched anime with this premise already. It's like I Saved Myself with a Potion is different from I'll Survive on using potions, which is a good one. I don't think this one sounds particularly appealing, but also, as I said, the big reason why I'm not going to be watching this is because there is no legal way for me to do so. And so I'm not gonna. I'm also not going to be watching My Status as an Assassin Obviously Exceeds the Heroes. I have no interest in this particular one because the manga goes too far in a direction I don't enjoy. So I might later watch clips of the first couple episodes. The first episode, a class gets summoned. Our main character hides his abilities because he's an assassin. He can kind of hide stuff because he realizes things are messed up. The people that summoned him are lying to him, to everyone, and there's something going on. And he's starting to piece that together, and he realizes, I gotta bounce, I gotta get out of here. And then from there, a big epic tale happens, and he meets some other characters, and he's doing some stuff, and basically the world opens up, and it goes from a simple little survival story into a big epic, and I think it loses everything that I liked about it when that happens. So I'm not interested in watching it in anime form week to week, but I might watch a couple episodes to see some of the early stuff, because that I remember from the manga being kind of interesting, and then it just kind of gets overblown. But him figuring out his powers and trying to piece things together about what's really going on and hide his abilities, that intrigue, and interacting with other people who think he's lazy or just not powerful, weak as heck. Like, trying to figure that out. I'm like, there's something there, but yeah, it is fine. I don't need to watch it because I already know I don't like where it ends up. So it's like, we're good. Petite Cure, Precure Fairy Season 2 is a short series. And I will, that is on YouTube, I believe, but I don't know if I'll say this right now, folks. My apologies. I don't know if I can watch this. I don't know if it's being subtitled and has a universal view, because sometimes some shows do have that and you can just watch it on YouTube. I don't know if that's the case, but I do know I'm not watching it because I didn't watch season 1. Because this is like a kids spin-off. It's not the first, and it probably won't be the last Precure series that is also an isekai, but I don't know anything about Petite Cure. I really don't know anything about Precure, to be honest. I guess these are all fairies, and only a couple, most of them just look like animals. And then, I don't know. Sometimes I say, I'm not going to watch that. And people in the comments will be like, Pat, I can't wait for Disney Twisted Wonderland. I love that manga. And I'll be like, okay. Or like, it's crazy that you're not definitely watching The Dark History of the Reincarnated Villainess. That's my most anticipated new show. And it's like, okay. I feel like there probably won't be a comment about Petite Cure, Precure Fairy Season 2 and how it's crazy I'm not watching that. And if there is, it's probably an ironic comment because you got this far in the video. Thanks for watching this much of the video. I appreciate it. And the final show, but I'm not watching this season, is Tales of Wedding Ring Season 2. I will say what I said when I realized that Tales of Wedding Rings was an isekai the first season. Oh, I didn't know that was an isekai. I'm not going to watch it. I did not watch any of the first season. I don't think I'm going to watch the second one. I hope they beat that villain or whatever. And it just seemed like a very generic show. If I remember correctly, he proposed and he got summoned and then proposed and it threw off everything and it shouldn't have been happening. And then that led to uncovering conflict, I think, that was already going to be there. He may be married to all these girls. I don't know. The secret might be that since he's engaged them or married to them, then their true powers unlock or whatever. But I just didn't. The first season didn't appeal to me. And so, hey, got a season 2. Fans of Tales of Wedding Rings, rejoice. You could be watching a second season now. I hope it's great. And that's all 12 fall 2025 isekai. Is this the least amount of isekai percentage-wise that I'll be watching this year? Yes. Is it the least amount of isekai in a season I'll be watching? No, because I think last season I only watched 3, I want to say. I'm quickly going to go look. I have that ability because I can just do, instead of fall, I can do summer 2025. Looking at my list here. 1, 2. I only watched 2 isekai last season. I watched Water Magician and Reborn as a Vending Machine. I now wander the dungeon season 2. I gave up on Rebirth Verse. I might finish it someday. I thought it was pretty fun, but I didn't end up finishing it. Yeah, I didn't watch Rising of the Shield Hero season 4 or Apocalypse Bringer or Ugly Mug, Epic Fighter, Bond, Boundary of Adulthood. I feel like that wasn't revealed to be an isekai. Oh, it was a movie. Okay, that makes sense. That was a movie. Okay. And then, yeah, okay. Yeah, there's no movie isekais currently, but that does happen sometimes. Shows reveal themselves, originals reveal themselves to be isekais. So there might be more than 12. It could happen. There could be more than 12. I also Lord of Mysteries I ended up watching, which was an isekai, but it wasn't a Japanese animation. We were talking about that last season. That's fine. Yeah, that's all the isekai. And that's going to do it for this episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club. My next video will not be my recommendations for this season. I want to give more time to watch more episodes of things before I start recommending shows. Especially because the summer season had a lot of 13-episode shows that I was watching. And so I'm a bit behind on the stuff that I'm not going to watch week to week. So I need to watch a few more things before I can recommend. But also, my next video is going to be related to Halloween because it'll come out the week of Halloween 2025. And so I want to be able to talk about that. So I am going to do a thing. I won't say what that is, but I'm going to do that. I kind of teased it a little bit, so eagle-eyed viewers will know, maybe, or maybe can guess. But yeah, for the rest of the year, of course, we'll have that. We'll have my actual video where I do recommendations. I've got a few other ideas of things that I want to talk about, and we'll get into that. And then, of course, end of the year, we'll do my Anime of the Year video, and we will do a video that is looking at my awards, my award season video, and then, of course, my end of the year wrap up for this fall season, which has just started, and, of course, preview of the winter season for 2026. We'll get into all of that. If you have an idea for a video you'd like to send me to, because I think I have... I might need like one more idea for November. I think I might have enough for the rest of the year, but I always like to hear from you. You can leave a comment below with an idea for something you'd like to see me, something I can revisit and do another episode of, or an idea that you've never seen me cover that you'd like me to. That'd be great. And also let me know, are you going to watch any of these Isekai? The ones I recommended for myself that I'm going to watch, or the ones that I'm not going to be checking out? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.